One outcome of the COVID-19 pandemic and related infodemic has been the massive advice offered by media outlets, non-governmental and not-for-profit organisations on how the world public might consume information online more critically. Much of this content, often taking the form of videos and checklists, is extremely useful, but tends to be restricted to news consumption, especially on social media. News does undoubtedly account for a huge proportion of what we consume online, especially at the moment. However, it is important that we do not become too tunnel-visioned about what digital consumption can comprise. Lots of news, yes, but other things too: products, apps and tools for both our personal and professional lives, services, investment opportunities. I'll come back to why I have singled this one out later. Voting choices. The list goes on. The bid to grab our attention online is in many quarters motivated by a desire to get information about us. The next stage is often to sell us something, whether it is ideas, a political choice, a product or service. The danger in our current fast-paced technological mass information landscape is that we might be sold, offered, convinced of something which we don't necessarily understand or really want. Cue my suggested critical consumption method, sitting on the foundation of that awareness of our pre-existing biases and how they might spring into action when we engage with content. My aim here is not to repeat the excellent work being done elsewhere. I do, however, want to try to bring some order to the reams of advice now scattered across the internet. I want to suggest a generalised method of consumption that sits on top of that essential step of stopping to consider whether one of the many biases I've outlined elsewhere might be at work, a step that tends to be left out of many methods. This method is one that can be applied to any context online, and indeed offline. And it is a method which is strongly motivated by the view that critical consumption is, above all, a mindset, rather than a rigid set of steps external to us. Here goes.